The Jake Asman Show will begin shortly. Thanks to all these great Patreon members who help support the show. Get your super chats ready. Jake will be here in just a moment. If you love the New York Jets, this is the place to be. And now, the Jake Asman Show.
Mike Williams has been cleared for takeoff. The Jet wide receiver is being activated from the PUP list, which means Mike Williams will begin practicing with Aaron Rodgers and company. What does this mean for the Jet offense? We'll talk about that and much more. It's the Jake Asman Show. Let's hit it and get it started.
Man, our Jets are primed for a historic season.
There goes my hero.
Oh,
As he goes.
we bleed Jets green each and every day. This is not the same old Jets. We have Aaron freaking Rodgers. We have Garrett Wilson. Let's go. We have Brees Hall. Please subscribe and hit the like button below. Super chat, baby. Cut the line. We have Sauce Gardner. We have Quinnen Williams. The Jets bandwagon is loaded. Now it's time to talk all things New York Jets. It's the Jake Asman Show.
And here we go as maniacs. Let's go, baby. I'm coming at you live from East Hanover, New Jersey, where tonight we got our first as maniac event of training camp. Ladies and gentlemen, a meetup at Don Jose Mexican restaurant. A couple spots are available. If you're in the area and want to swing by from 7 to 10, join me and Richie from Jets Media. We'll be hanging out, giving out merch, eating good Mexican, and enjoying some Jet fan camaraderie. So come join us tonight, and I look forward to talking about Mike Williams being activated off the PUP list, the physically unable to perform list. Well, Mike Williams has been cleared, and let's start with the fact that the Jets all along have said Mike Williams is on the same timeline that Brees Hall was on a season ago. Brees Hall ultimately was cleared from the PUP list on August 15th last year. So Mike Williams is actually ahead by about a week of where Brees Hall was at this point last year. Now, Mike Williams suffered his injury 3 games into the season. Brees Hall suffered his ACL injury 7 games into the season. So it would make sense that Mike Williams would be ahead of Brees Hall. But Brees Hall is also an alien, so you can't rule it out. That said, Mike Williams should be ready to roll for week 1, which is what the Jets have said is their plan all along. Mike Williams himself has said that's the plan. So you're going to start to see now Mike Williams get ramped up and more involved in this offense. He's obviously not going to play in the joint practice tomorrow. They're not just going to throw him out there in 11 on 11. But there'll be a gradual buildup to get Mike Williams ready to roll and be a big part of this offense when it's all said and done. And if you think about it, Brees was activated off the PUP list last year on August 15th, and the Jets started a week earlier last season because they were in the Hall of Fame game. So Mike Williams is right where you want him to be. Aaron Rodgers let it slip during one of his press conferences this summer that Mike Williams was ahead of schedule with his rehab. Saleh tried to poo-poo that because he doesn't want to talk about injuries, saying, he's got some doctor's appointments coming up. We'll see where he's at. And then here we are today, a day after Saleh said that yesterday, Mike Williams has been cleared. This is unbelievably great news for the Jets. The expectation, I don't think, from people I spoke to, was for Mike Williams to be cleared this soon in the camp. I mean, they haven't even played a preseason game yet, and Mike Williams is already cleared to start practicing. That's great. Now, I don't think the Jets are going to play most of their starters in the preseason, but maybe they potentially, if they do decide to give Aaron Rodgers a drive or two in that last game, maybe Mike Williams would, in theory, play a drive or two in the Giants game. That'd be the only time I could picture him actually appearing in the preseason. But I think it's unlikely. And the bottom line is this. If he's out there for week 1, that's all that matters. But this is great news for the Jets, who obviously with Mike Williams, have a very good wide receiver room. You got a legit superstar in Garrett Wilson and the perfect complement in Mike Williams. For those who are unfamiliar with Mike Williams' game, this dude catches everything. He is exactly what this team needs to help stretch the field. A guy who could go up there and just get the ball, right? Tyrod Taylor, who played with Mike Williams when they were both with the Chargers, said a 50-50 ball is more like an 80-20 ball when you're throwing it up to Big Mike. The Jets did not have this in their offense last year. They haven't had a player like this in a very long time. Mike Williams will remind a lot of Jet fans of Braylon Edwards, Brandon Marshall. I mean, this guy is a go up and get it type of player. He will open things up in the slot now for Garrett Williams. I can't speak. For Garrett Wilson. And he will give you a red zone target that Aaron Rodgers is going to absolutely love to throw to. Rodgers is the best in the NFL at the back shoulder throw. He's maybe the best quarterback of all time with that throw. That's Mike Williams' game, man. I mean, you'll see it in some of the highlights I have on the screen here. I mean, this guy, he wins one-on-one on the outside. And if you want to double Garrett Wilson, well, Mike Williams will make you pay. And as the Jets continue to work him into the offense, I think him and Rodgers are going to develop instant chemistry. I think this guy is the perfect Aaron Rodgers type of receiver. He's what we thought Lazard maybe could be, but Allen Lazard's not that guy. Allen Lazard might be a big receiver. He doesn't play to his size. This guy does. And Allen Lazard is your number 3 or number 4 is exactly what he should be in this offense. Garrett's your 1. Williams is your 2. You're going to throw the ball out to Breece Hall anyway, who was already first in the NFL last year among running backs and catches. This guy is a big-time player. That him being cleared is so big for the Jets, you can't even begin to describe it. Now, he's got to remain healthy, and I know what people are going to say. Oh, Mike Williams is always hurt all the time. I don't think that's true. Look at games played for Mike Williams. He had the ACL injury his rookie year, right? Only played in 10 games. 2018, 16 games. 2019, 15 games. 2020, 15 games. 2021, 16 games. 2022, 13 games. Last year, ACL injury, only played in 3. So people are going to say, well, this guy is always hurt. Well, the reality is he gets banged up a lot. He's going to be on the injury report, I'm sure, a lot. He'll be listed as questionable a lot of weeks. If you play fantasy football and you've owned Mike Williams, you know that to be the case. But this guy plays. And you're not asking Mike Williams to be your number 1. And a lot of games, you're not even asking him to be your number 2 pass catcher, because I think that will be Breece. I think there'll be games Tyler Conklin gets a lot of opportunities. But as you see in the highlight reel here, this guy opens things up for your offense. And the Jets want to play Garrett Wilson more in the slot this year. If you go look at what Devontae did in 20 and 21 with Aaron throwing to him, Devontae did so much of his damage getting free releases out of the slot. That is what they want to do with Garrett Wilson. And we saw, even in the scrimmage I was at last Saturday, and I'm sure I'll see it tomorrow in person at the joint practice. In big money downs, Garrett Wilson's in the slot because that's the opportunity for him to win, and Aaron trusts him in that spot. But look at the highlight you see on your screen now. This was the game Mike Williams got hurt in, by the way. He was still balling out. And for those wondering, the reason why I have to dress up as the Patriot mascot and go to a Mets game next Thursday is because I came in last place in my fantasy league, because everyone in the NFL that got hurt last year, chances are they were on my team, including Mike Williams and Aaron Rodgers. So I've always been a Mike Williams guy. I loved having him in fantasy. He was having a great year, and then he tore his ACL. And this guy is also going to be coming in highly motivated. He chose the Jets and took less to play for the Jets than other teams because of Aaron Rodgers, because he has a chance to win. Mike Williams is at a crossroads in his career. If he went somewhere and didn't have a good year, he's signing year-to-year deals for the remainder of his career. This is a guy that knows he needs to have a good year coming off this injury so he can get another big contract before he hangs it up. Yeah, this guy is still under 30. He turns 30 on October 4th. He's young enough where he still could get another 2 or 3 year deal at big money if he plays well. So he chose the Jets because he wanted to play with Aaron Rodgers. And I saw it on Saturday. Mike Williams, even though he wasn't practicing yet, he was in Aaron Rodgers' ear. He was going over reps with Rodgers on the sideline. But this guy is a big-time player who's going to really help this offense. They did not have a guy like him on this roster last year. You have Garrett Wilson. You have Mike Williams. Garrett could play inside. He could play outside. Lazard has at least proven with Rodgers that he is seemingly a competent wide receiver. Is he worth the money he's making? Probably not, but he doesn't need to be for that to be an effective weapon for Aaron Rodgers to rely on. In big spots, Aaron has the trust of Lazard, and we saw that in the scrimmage on Saturday. You could get by with Lazard if Rodgers is out there as your number 3 or number 4. And I think by the end of the year, Lazard could be your number 4 because you have Garrett, you got Mike Williams, and Malachi Corley is eventually going to be someone that they give a bigger role to as he gets more comfortable in the offense. But make no mistake about it, Mike Williams being cleared this early is a surprise, and it's great news if you're a Jet fan. Because by next week, I would expect Mike Williams to be participating in 11 on 11, building that chemistry with his new quarterback. If Justin Herbert can make it work with Mike Williams, you know Aaron Rodgers is chomping at the bit to throw up some bombs off play action. See a matchup on the outside one-on-one and just throw it up on the back shoulder to Mike Williams. It is the perfect pairing. And you have a guy on a 1-year deal, highly motivated to go out there and have a big season. And have more breakfast sandwiches along the way as well. Shout out to NYJ Matt for that one. But how about it, baby? A third Williams brother is here to help the Jets. Quinnen, Quincy, and now Big Mike. But this is great news if you're a Jet fan, because I've always felt Mike Williams was going to be ready for week 1. I trusted the Jets when they said he was on the Brees timeline. He's ahead of the Brees timeline. Brees was taken off the PUP last year on August 15th. Mike Williams, August 7th. And yes, this makes sense because Mike Williams suffered his injury sooner than Brees did, if you compare the timelines. But the Jets have said it's the same timeline. So by Jet standards, Mike Williams to me is ahead of schedule. And that's what the quarterback Aaron Rodgers said on July 24th, that he's ahead of his rehab. And here we are. So by next week, expect Mike Williams out there in 11 on 11. And that, if you're a Jet fan or you're an Asmaniac, should be music to your ears. Comments, questions, super chats. We'll cut the line. Jet fans, your thoughts on Mike Williams being activated from the PUP list, meaning he is cleared to start practicing tomorrow. He will be out there. Now, is he going to be in the 11 on 11 against the Commanders in the joint practice? No. But they're going to ramp him up. And that should be exciting because this guy is a baller. Got to keep him healthy. But this is not a guy with a lot of injuries that keep him out of games. There's a difference. This guy plays through stuff. He'll be on the injury report. But if he plays, do you care? Absolutely not. Hit the like button if you're just tuning in. This should be a fun show, folks. Breaking news. As usual, when I'm on the road, breaking news happens. It's uncanny. I mean, I did a show from an airport the day the Jets acquired Hassan Reddick. It was my last day in Houston. I was flying home. That's just how it goes. But I'll take this when it's positive news over anything else. So we'll get to your calls on the Gusbuster Umbrella Hotline. Reminder, if you're just tuning in, the reason why I'm on the road right now is we have our event tonight at Don Jose Mexican Restaurant in East Hanover at 7. Still some spots available if you want to come on down and join us. Check out the link in the description for this video. Richie, in fact, might pop into this stream when he gets done with his stream he's doing with TD and those guys for the Bet US channel. So check it out tonight if you're in the area, and I'll be at the Jet practice tomorrow, weather permitting, of course, against the Commies. We'll see how the Jets look against a different team for the first time this summer. All right, Super Chats, always cut the line. I don't have my normal equipment here, so it's going to be an adventure to figure out who got channel memberships. But we start there because Rick Kent dropped a 5 spot. Addison dropped a 5 spot, and Dano paid it forward with a 1 spot. So thank you to everyone who just gifted a membership. Let me try and get the names. But while I do that, I'm simply going to play this. find out who received the channel membership. Steve Aquatics, Jonathan W., Phil, Andre Callie, It's Sir Girl Summer, Brandon Sanzone, Addie NY, Ernie, Hyam S., Danelle Holmes, all receiving channel memberships. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, some super chats now. Mr. McMonkey writes in, Jets loving their root beer this year. Bring on A&W. JETS. Jets, Jets, Jets. Mike D's Nuts checks in. The backs out of the backfield are like additional wide receivers. This is huge for the offense. Team is coming together. Now just need Reddick out there. Mike, you're right. That's all that's missing, getting Reddick done. Will it get done? I certainly don't think it's going to linger to the regular season, but I am surprised, as we talked about this morning with Will Parkinson, that it has gone on as long as it has. But I'll say it again. There's going to be games where the number 2 receiver on the Jets is number 20. Breece Hall is going to be a weapon out of the backfield. That's how Rodgers will utilize him. He doesn't need Nathaniel Hackett to figure out halfway through the year that this guy can catch out of the backfield.
These nuts.
Thank you, D's Nuts. Curvin with a super chat. This just means you should be ready for week 1. Yeah, which a lot of you were saying, I don't think you're going to be ready for week 1. I have a bad feeling about this. You were like Han Solo in Star Wars. Well, guess what? It's August 7th. They haven't played a preseason game yet, and this guy's going to start practicing tomorrow. It'd be stunning if he's not ready for week 1. It means he would have suffered a new injury. That's the bottom line. Comments, questions, super chats will cut the line. Let's get some more channel memberships if we can. We added a channel emoji earlier for our friend Bobby Midnight, who is in the hospital. I spoke with Bob before the show today. He thinks he might get out tomorrow, which is great news for Bobby and obviously great news for all of us. Dano writes in, I cannot fathom Aaron and Mike Williams added to this offense. I literally cannot. Well, get ready, Dano. Brian writes in, what's up, Jake? Feeling good with the team? Now let's just get the Reddick stuff over with. That's the next step. I mean, get the Reddick stuff done. I think they will, but it's frustrating nonetheless. Purple Belt Mike checks in. Breece had a game where he was wide receiver 1 last year. I think he got over 200 yards receiving twice. He never had 200 yards receiving, but Breece is a guy who absolutely could have several games where he has 200 total yards, and that's what you're referring to, Mike. I was at the game against the Dolphins his rookie year where they put the 40 burger on Miami, where Breece had 197 scrimmage yards that day. He had 100 as a receiver, had like 97 as a rusher. Unreal. Dan writes in, if anyone comes to my job on Saturday for the preseason game, the first 3 people to show up and do their best Jets chants get a free drink. Well, Dan, where are you bartending at, brother? Let the people know. Brian's watching on X. He says, I don't want the Jets to pay Reddick. I honestly believe they brought him in only for this year, and the plan is to sign the younger guys after. You could do both. You could pay Reddick for this year and still pay all those other guys. I think Reddick wants a multi-year deal. I think the Jets could do guarantee his money this year, give him some incentives, maybe put a void year on a year or 2 and get something done. I'm not concerned. I still think at the end of the day, while it's frustrating, they will work something out. Mr. McMoney, does Brownlee make the final roster? He does. I think he makes the team. Dan says, Office Lounge, Tom's River, New Jersey patio bar. All right, Jet fans, join Dan and watch the game on Saturday at his bar, and he'll give you some free drinks. Nev writes in, Jet fans won't see any success. I'll tell you what, Nev. I would say check back in after the Jets are Super Bowl champions, but we don't really want you here. See ya.
Now look what you've done. No more protection from the Asmaniacs. Had to pull you out of the chat and cast you down with the sodomites. Some time in here will feel like you've been run over by the lane train. You understand me? You catch my drift? Give him another 24 hours to think about it.
Peace. R&R writes in, more important, will Charles be walking into his own rap song tonight? So I've been told that Charles has an attractive woman here on one arm and another one here on the other. And he's coming in tonight ready to party. That's what I was told. Unconfirmed rumor. All right. And Charles Gorman will be rocking the Charles Gorman. That's what I heard. All right. You're going to have to come to Don Jose Mexican restaurant in East Hanover to find out. Comments, questions, super chats. We'll cut the line. Once again, thanks to Rick Addison for the 5 spots. Dano with a 1 spot. Channel members galore, baby. Gusbuster hotline is open. Kyle Clifton is first up. What's up, Kyle?
What's going on, Jake? It feels like Reddick is cutting off his nose despite his face. At what point does the fines that he's going to incur lessen any incentives or any benefit he gets from his guaranteed money? This is the decision he has to make, and he has to make it this week. As far as Mike,
I mean, we did the math earlier. He could lose what, about $3.7 million if he doesn't report till after all the preseason games are done. So it's on him.
He's lost a lot of money already with the mini camps and the OTA stuff. So with Mike Williams, he really alters the way teams have to defend us. He's a threat downfield. You have to probably look to maybe dedicate some safety help there. And it's going to open up stuff for Garrett, as you said, and certainly someone like Corley or Gibson who are going to be able to thrive underneath, and Brees in the passing game. Like, we're going to be able to look at how teams' defenses are constructed and really say, okay, this team, we can use our big backs as a battering ram. We can look at at teams that can't defend the pass and say, well, Brees is going to be a problem for them in this game out of the backfield. This Jets team is not going to be a team like you saw last year in Las Vegas, that is going to be scoring single digits in a game. And that's something to look forward to if you're a Jets fan.
Completely agree. I mean, it's just competent quarterback play with legit weapons. I mean, Rodgers has not had that since Devontae was his number 1 target. I mean, look at the weapons Rodgers had his last year in Green Bay. I mean, this team is so much better than that team. It's not even funny.
Enjoy the meetup tonight, guys.
Kyle, appreciate you. Great call. I mean, folks, the Jets have not had a guy that could stretch the field like this. I mean, when was the last time the Jets had a receiver that you throw it up and you trust he's coming down and making the play? When was the last time? I mean, to me, it's Brandon Marshall or Braylon Edwards. This guy catches everything. I mean, and look at him in the red zone, man. Rodgers threw that exact pass how many times to Devontae? How many times have we seen it to even Garrett Wilson? And Garrett's not a big guy like Mike is. He's just an amazing receiver. And just wait. If this team can add Devontae Adams to it by the deadline, or the Raiders are out of it, they might not be done. But this guy is a baller. You throw it up, you let him go and make a play. I mean, Mike Williams last year, right? Or I won't even use last year because he obviously only played in 3 games. But, like, this guy, you throw it up, and on average, yards per reception, this is a guy that is always in the top 10 in that category. I mean, guy's a beast. I can watch this all day. Throw it up. Mike Williams got it. 4th and 13, game on the line here. Boom, nice catch. One-on-one. You don't think Aaron Rodgers is going to see that same throw right there? Watch. Here's the TV angle on it. Boom. Back shoulder. I mean, I saw Aaron do this about 3 or 4 times to Lazard and Garrett on Saturday in the scrimmage. I mean, I can't wait, folks. Rex Ryan is watching the show. Enjoy Don Jose tonight, Jake. I hear the Ibarra tacos are amazing. Rex, I'll take your recommendation, man. I know you're a regular. Prestige writes in. Mike Williams being activated off the PUP list is just releasing another hound from the chains, only going to get more dangerous. You know, the Jets have had a lot of success with the last name Williams. Are there any other Williams out there that can add to this team? Because I'd say Quinnen and Quincy are pretty good. Let's go. I mean, I'm pumped. Sam writes in with a super chat. Happy for Williams. How many points per game do you see the Jets offense putting up? I mean, at least 25 or 26. At least. Like, they should have a good offense. They have a top 5, in my opinion, wide receiver. They have a top 2 running back. He might not be 2. They have a top 10 quarterback. They have a top 10 offensive line. And they have an elite defense that should get the ball back to the offense and force turnovers and 3 and outs. So, how many points are they going to score per game? I mean, I could see the Jets offense scoring 26 or more. Mike D's Nuts is watching the program. Mike D's Nuts, he writes, who are you going to double? No tackled boxes. Yeah, I mean, you want to try and stop the run with Brees? Okay, give Aaron Rodgers plenty of time to throw. In a clean pocket. You want to try and stop Brees? Watch how quick Aaron Rodgers could get rid of the football and get it to his playmakers. I mean, we went through the scrimmage tape. 1-2, balls out. Over and over and over again, D's Nuts.
Is this Mike D's Nuts?
Oh, you bet your ass it is, Leanie. More of your calls right now. Keep sending in your super chats. We'll get to more of your gifted memberships. Joining us right now is someone who does not need any introduction, but we will play you one.
Hi,
anyway.
everybody. This is Bob from Vermont. I am Bob, of course. Hey, I'm back. I had
Bobby
somebody
Hospital.
had to come in. That's why I had to drop off.
Hey, Bobby.
That's all. My toe's getting much better, the doctor said.
That's good.
So it's looking good. Hopefully, I might go home tomorrow. See my
Very nice.
mama.
The orange
I
chair
miss
misses you,
Nolly.
Bob.
Yeah, well, I'd rather have this reclining than the orange chair.
Show us your setup. Give us a tour.
All right, let's see. Here's the chair.
Oh, yeah.
See?
Oh, yeah. We
And
see
this
it.
is the whole. What?
Oh, it looks
That's the
wonderful.
whole thing. Yeah, I got my own room by myself. It's
Yeah,
all
they
alone.
didn't want to give you a roommate. You would talk too much.
No, they give me a roommate. I had roommates before. Hey, do
Really?
you when I asked you a question, did the Yankees win yesterday?
They didn't play. They got rained out.
Oh, okay, they got run out. Okay, I didn't know that. Who are they gonna play if they didn't get run out?
They're playing the Angels, and they're supposed to play a doubleheader that starts shortly.
Oh, okay, at home, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good. Okay. So, how's everybody doing in the chat? What did they say?
I think
Can't see
everyone's
chat.
doing well. Everyone misses you, Bob. They want you to get better.
I'm getting better. My toes getting better. The doctor says it looks better than Monday. Much better than Monday.
I heard
Because
you
the
had COVID
nurse.
toe. Did you have COVID toe like Aaron had a couple years ago?
Did I have what?
Did you have COVID toe?
No, I didn't have COVID toe. And no, I did not.
No.
So Mike Williams looking good, huh? He's
Yeah.
gonna come back. He's gonna be. They're gonna have a triple threat, maybe. Right? Jets.
I hope so.
Yeah. Then we got the running backs, Lightning and Thunder. Right?
Yes.
And I want my Allen to run about 1,500 yards. I need a shave.
Bobby, is it true you have gangrene toe?
No, I do not have gangrene toe. Shut up, Tom. Tom, I'm gonna kick you in the butt when I meet you. I don't care. Tom is annoying. Why do you ask that kind of question? It's not gangrene. No, it's
And
red.
Jets
It's
Florida,
red.
he wrote in, how do the nurses look, Bobby?
Some of them are, yeah.
Oh, Bobby.
Very nice. Yeah, well, he asked the question, so I gave it
Calm
to him.
your freaky down.
Oh, be quiet. That was his question, not mine. All right, so am I done?
You tell us. Are you done?
Yeah, I'm done. I let
right.
other people talk. Okay,
Well,
who's
take your
on
medicine,
next?
right?
You know?
Oh, I know
Yeah,
who's up
taking
next.
my medicine. What? Huh?
I know who's up next. Don't worry. I got the show under control here.
Oh, I know. I just wanted to say quick hi.
Well,
Can I say quick hi?
sure.
Okay.
All right,
Who's
ladies and
next?
gentlemen, joining us right now is Gary's wife.
Bobby, you really need to calm your freaky down, cause I'm not there to help you. Oh, wiggle, beagle, beagle, deedle, deedle, beagle, beagle.
Oh, you're hilarious. You're funny. Come on,
Thank
who's
you.
next? I just want to say hi.
No one's
Quick hi.
next.
Oh, I'm the only one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll go. I'll see you tomorrow.
All right.
Andrew Fracco. Who's in the morning? Who you have in the morning?
No show in the morning because I'm going to training camp, so early afternoon.
Oh, yeah, that didn't make sense. Yeah, you just said you were going to training camp. Duh.
Mhm.
Okay, I got a brain fart. There.
All right.
So
Take your
we'll
medicine.
see you on. I am. The nurses come in every time to give me my medicine.
All right.
Nurses in charge. But when I'm in the home, I got to be in charge of myself. That's the
Well,
problem.
you know, I'm getting really freaking pissed. I thought I saw Gary's pretty wife. I need to get some sleep. I'm Bobby.
That's what got you in the hospital in the first place, Bob. Not taking your meds, so we just want to make sure you're okay. But I'm glad to hear that you might, get released tomorrow. That's awesome. We added a new emoji for Bobby earlier, the cricket lamp emoji, which we'll temporarily have in there. Tom says the nurses might have to spank Bobby if he doesn't take his meds. Bobby, is this true? They will spank you if you don't take your meds?
No, I don't think so.
I think Tom's just being funny.
Yeah, funny looking at no, I'm not kidding.
Yeah, got him. Well done.
Well, you know, I need to walk more to survive unless Jake is going live. Gotta elevate my leg. I'm Bobby.
All right. Excellent job. Gusbuster hotline is open. That's no ghost writes in. Will Bobby be in the starting lineup week 1? I don't know if he'll be ready for week 1, but he did say he thinks he'll be ready for the home opener on September 19th. Feel better, Bobby. We need you healthy. Ladies and gentlemen, Sam Atkin has gifted us a channel membership. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you, Sam. Let's find out who is the recipient of your gesture. I don't have my second monitor today, so I don't have a list of names, so it's a little longer. The membership went to Astro is off the chain. Congratulations, Astro. You're an Asmaniac. Mark wants to know, did Charles lie to his parents again to come to the event tonight? My understanding is Charles and his parents, I guess, talked it out, but I don't know if that's true or not. Mr. McMoney wants to know, Jake, will you be live streaming during week 1? No, I will not be. I will be at a watch party I'll be hosting with more details on that to come. And then I'll be live after the game for the post-game show. We're live after every Jets game. This will be our 3rd season. No. 4th season. Wow. Time flies, man. I started doing daily content in January of 21 after Salah was hired. Sean writes in, run it back with Lazard, ? And we're talking Super Bowl. Hope one of these young receivers steps up quick. Sean, I don't think you realize Allen Lazard's role, if Mike Williams is healthy with Garrett, is a 3rd receiver or 4th until Corley's ready to take on a bigger role. And really, if you think about it, I think Conklin will have more targets this year than Lazard. I think Brees will certainly have more targets this year than Lazard. Can Allen Lazard be a 4th receiver? 4th in target share? I think that's fair. He's looked better this summer. I saw it in person on Saturday. He made the biggest catch of the scrimmage. Rodgers trusted him with the game on the line. So I think you could win a Super Bowl if Allen Lazard's your 3 or 4 receiver, which is what he is right now. I think you can. Sam, how about this? Sam giving us a 5 spot. Sound the alarm. Ladies and gentlemen, 5 from Sam. Professionally certified hater, Mike Mustando, Jet King, DC the Gentleman, Capsized. All officially channel members. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's keep going with your calls right now. Ladies and gentlemen, Tommy is on the line. Hello, Tommy.
Hey, Jake, how are you this afternoon?
What's up, Tommy?
What's going on, brother? My younger brother's actually going to the Yankee game tonight, and he got gifted. He's already on the subway. He bought 1 ticket, but he's going to both games. There's a doubleheader.
Yeah, because the game.
So I don't know if anyone.
Last night. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I wish Bobby the best, dude. Every night I pray for Bobby, and I haven't heard from Jake West. I missed your early show. I was dealing with a couple things last night. I caught up on most of it, but I haven't heard from Jake West. I hope his father makes through this. And Bobby, bro, I love you to death, and I hope you're getting better. Jets points. I want to actually ask you a question, Jake.
Yes, sir.
I know Hassan Reddick is very good. I know he's a good player. But what I'm saying is this guy is causing a problem right now. Like, why would you go out and sign a guy with just his agreement saying, yeah, I'll sign for that contract when you know he wants a contract extension? I don't understand the philosophy behind why the Jets did that. And the other point I just wanted to make was Alan Lazard will be our 4th or 5th number, wide receiver, because it will be Garrett Wilson, Mike Williams, Malachi Corley will be 3, our slot receiver once he gets into a couple games. And Lazard will probably be 4 because he's in that position. But Aaron Rodgers loves Lazard. That's why he's going to feed him the ball and make him into what he never was last year. Aaron Rodgers, that's his friend. That's his boy. He loves him. He's going to keep feeding Alan Lazard the ball until he can't catch it no more. Like them butter hands are going to come into good hands. And I really feel confident in our wide receiver room. I do not feel confident in Gibson. I feel like he's too small and skinny. He's a kick returner, a punt returner. He can get hurt very easily as a wide receiver slot. That's why I don't trust him in that position. And Irv Charles, I don't even know anything about that dude. Like, I don't even know why he's on our team. I think we should keep the tall guy, 6'4", Brownlee.
I think they're both be on the team. Herb Charles is a special teams guy, Tommy. You think Justin Hardy, who was listed as a corner, but never played corner. Same thing with Herb Charles as a receiver. Now, I don't think Herb's a lock to make the team, though. I think he probably will, but I don't think he's a lock. It depends how the Jets feel about some of their other options at gunner for punts and kicks. That said, to your point on Reddick, he's not really causing a bunch of issues yet. I would disagree on that. Right? It's August 7th. Is CeeDee Lamb causing issues in Dallas right now? He's not there. Right? It's still early. That said, they need to get this figured out because you want Hassan Reddick healthy, in camp, in game shape, ready to play at a high level in week 1. Week 1's there for the taking. Ayuk's probably not going to be a Niner by then. Christian McCaffrey's dealing with a calf strain. He might not be ready to play for week 1. Go win the game. Go win the game. Why not? When did the Niners become the 07 Patriots? They're really good. It's also week 1. I watched the Jets with Zach Wilson down 10 at halftime beat the Bills last year in the opener. So you got to get Reddick, though. Reddick is a big part of this. Anyone who's trying to diminish how good of a player Reddick is, to me, that's silly. All right, this guy has had 10 or more sacks 4 years in a row. He's an all-pro player. So let's not forget that. The Lane train is in the house for the second time today. How do you feel about all the Jet players? Well, Lane, I'll tell you what. They have 53 players that make the team. And I think they have like 90 guys on the roster right now. So we would be here all day if I went through each player for you. But I will tell you this. I feel very good about this roster, Lane. Obviously, if Knoble were to be on it, it would probably make me feel a lot better, but you can't always get what you want. Pittsburgh Mike says, maybe I'm in the minority, but I'd let Reddick sit out. It's up to him if he wants to contribute to this already stellar roster. I don't think Reddick's going to sit out, but I think there's a way you could compromise where he's not disgruntled when he does show up. That's what I want. I want him to be excited to be here, motivated to have a big year. Man with a rake says, what is that castle on the wall? Nice touch. I'm in a hotel room right now, so this is not my room. We're in a hotel, folks. It's actually a very nice hotel. But we're on the road because we have our event in East Hanover in 3 hours. See you guys there. Lane writes in, how do you feel about Josh Reddick? Josh Reddick is a retired baseball player who's most known for being a disgusting, dirty cheater as a part of the 2017 Houston Astros. There you go, Lane. Tom wants to know, how do I feel about all the NFL players? Pretty good. I feel pretty good, Tom. Prestige says, Jake is a man currently dealing with COVID and strep. I'm not dead, guys. Don't worry. I can't wait for the season to start. A chance to finally silence the media for good. Prestige, one, I hope you feel better, but I'm not exactly seeing the correlation here. You had COVID and strep. What does that have anything to do with the start of the NFL season? Like, if the NFL season started tomorrow, would you magically not have COVID anymore? Either way, I hope you feel better. Curvin writes in with a super chat. You can't blame Reddick. This is his last opportunity to get his payday. If he gets hurt, he loses all his leverage. Well, I think part of the thing the Jets will do with his eventual new contract is they will guarantee the $14.5 million. Gator wants to know, Lane, how do you feel about Charles? Excellent question by Gator. Stack writes in, over 150 people in here. Come on, hit the like. It's free. If you haven't hit the like button yet and you're watching the show for free, shame on you. No, I'm just kidding. But please hit the like button. It's easy. Thumbs up. And then more importantly, subscribe to the channel, man. We talk Jets every day, twice a day. Did a 2-hour show earlier. Here we are again. We're going live. We'll be live after training camp tomorrow for a recap of all the top takeaways from the joint practice. We'll keep it rolling, man. Big name guests are going to continue to join us all throughout the year, as they always do. It's all happening. Matt writes in, Jake, big things coming to L5 week 3. You won't want to miss it. As the kids say, the burn will be lit. The jersey burn in L5 for the Jet home opener this year. I mean, it's the stuff of legends, folks. If you're not going to L5 for the jersey burn, you're missing out. Tom Ace checks in. Does Hassan and Josh hang out at the Reddick family reunion? Yeah, it's actually the same reunion that the New York Rangers and the Texas Rangers have every year. And then the football giants and the San Francisco Giants, they get together as well. Curly says, bring your umbrellas for tomorrow, folks. It looks like it's going to rain again. Hopefully it clears up a little bit, though. It's certainly not supposed to be as bad tomorrow as it was today.
If you go to gusbuster.com, you could purchase the best umbrella in the universe. And you could use the promo code Jake, so you'll get 15% off on any of your umbrellas.
More of your calls on the Gus Buster hotline. Jerome, the Packer fan, is up next. Hello, Jerome.
What's going on, everybody? What's going on to my ass maniacs, man, that I've adopted this family? I'm a
What's
Jet fan too. Packers, Jets. I'm good, man. I'm just taking a little breather from here. About to eat me some lunch, then get back on my route. But to Bobby, man, we can't have you compromised like that, my friend. You one of the main characters on here, man. We need you here with us. You got to stop with the buffoonery, man. We're gonna have to come for you, man, and do something to you and give you a reason to be sick. You need you here, Bobby. We love you, Bobby. You can't be checking out on us, man.
Well said.
Get something done. Get something done about that foot. And to respond to Tommy, he had a pretty good take, but about Lazard, and I said this earlier about Lazard. I said Rodgers can mitigate. Rodgers will mitigate a lot of stuff with any of the players, but with Lazard, I know Tommy said that's his boy. He'll keep throwing it to him. Not true. It's times in Packerland where Aaron had Lazard in the doghouse, and he's like that with every. I believe he can get some things corrected with Lazard, and Lazard will do better. I expect that. But if he doesn't, Rodgers will not throw him the ball. He won't throw anybody the ball. If they can't prove they can catch that ball be reliable, Rodgers will not throw him the ball, throw anybody the ball. They will be in his doghouse. That's something you guys got to make note of. And Hassan, this thing with Hassan Reddick, he's rubbing me the wrong way now, man, because it's what you guys have is right there for you guys. The 49ers are compromised. Y'all should actually be able to beat them now with everything that's going on with them. It's like everything is right there for the taking. Y'all don't need any no wrinkles, no monkey wrench thrown in the program, no distractions or nothing. I need Hassan Reddick to get his act together and get on one accord with the team. Y'all don't need all the extra right now. Y'all going all in. It's right there for the taking for the Jets. We don't need no wrinkles. But other than that, man, I ain't got much else, man. I just wanted to drop in and say something to you.
Jerome, safe driving, my friend. Appreciate your time as always.
That's what's up, man.
Jerome, the Packer fan, check it in. Love it. Hit the like button for Jerome. Ladies and gentlemen, a super chat cuts the line from Boba Jet, parentheses, Pedro. Jake, when are the Jets going to hire you for the post-game report? Let's all make this a thing. Let me start with this. I appreciate the gesture, the kind words. I will never work for the Jets. At least not for their in-house media. With all due respect to the people who do, you are not allowed to be critical, right? The Jets could lose 31-3. They're going to spend time breaking down, hey, that one field goal drive they had was awesome, man. Greg Zuerlein nailed that thing. All right, what I like about what I do on ESPN Radio or on Sirius or what I do here on YouTube, obviously, I could be critical. I could be pissed. I could scream and yell. I could be a fan. You don't really get to be a fan when you work for a team. You don't. So I would never work for the Jets. I never want to be a beat writer. I never want, Connor Hughes or Samini's job. They got to be unbiased and report. You don't get to be a fan. I'm a talk show host, man. I work for ESPN Radio, so I can be a fan. I work for Sirius XM on Mad Dog Radio or NFL Radio, so I can be a fan. So that's the difference, right? That's why you guys like this channel so much, because I call it how it is. I could scream and yell. All right, if I was working for the Jets, I don't think my comments on Zach Wilson would fly.
He stinks!
I don't think it would work. I appreciate it, man. As far as your second part of the super chat, what's the pivot? They can't figure out Reddick. I don't think there is a pivot. There's no one you're going to be able to add that's going to replace Hassan Reddick. You're not going to be able to. Yeah, you hope Will McDonald could be good. You hope Michael Clemens can give you something, but you're not replacing Hassan Reddick. You're not. And your defense is worse without him. You hope your offense is so much better you can make up for it, but no, there's no pivot. Jermaine should be better in year 3, but that's the bottom line. Barbara writes in, let's activate JQuest from the non-member list. Well done. Jay says, hey, Jake, would you ever do a live reaction show during a game? If you want live reaction during a game, you're going to have to come to one of my watch parties this year, Jay. I do not want to film myself watching a Jet game. The things that come out of my mouth are abhorrent. All right. I am not putting myself. I don't know how Green Bean does it or Richie, who I'm going to be hanging out with in a little bit. I don't know how these guys do it, man. I am out of control when I watch you want to know what it's like to watch the Jets? Ask my brother, ask my dad, ask Neil, who I sat with, ask Bonesy for the Raider game. I do not want to put myself on camera watching a Jet game. Oh, my God. No, thank you. I'm mad enough on the post-game show. Now imagine me during the game. But we'll do post-game shows after every game. That's a staple of this channel. Let's see. Party with Peg and Artie. Reddick's a great player. Happens to be a dope. It's business, you know? He's not a bad guy. It's business. Does he need to sign a contract? Does he need to show up eventually? Yeah, but I'm not going to sit here and say he's a bad guy. I mean, was Darrelle Reeves a bad guy? I mean, no. He was a great player who had leverage, got paid, and then it was awesome for the Jets. That's how I look at it. Let's see. 1-0 Yankees. Wells single. Give me the Yankee updates. I'm working for the people right now. We got open phone lines if anyone wants in. Big Frank writes in. Knoble will have to start at defensive end. He might have to. If he's alive. Lane says he's alive. The Jets have signed former Colts running back Deion Jackson. Don't know anything about him. Marcella says, damn, I haven't tuned in for months, but I've been in Jets mode the whole time. Time for a good season. Everyone's back, baby. Yeah. We got some Jet roster news to get to here. I'm sad about this. The Jets released wide receiver Hamza El-Zayed. Zayed was having a really good camp. I hope they bring him back. Why would they cut this guy? This guy was playing the slot. It was making plays from Rodgers. The guy the Jets just signed, though, is basically probably like Tariq Cohen's replacement as a running back on the roster. He's not going to make the team. But I'm upset they cut Hamza El-Zayed. This guy was really good in the scrimmage. I guess it means nothing, but I mean, I was impressed. It's because Gibson is healthy now, I understand. But still, you couldn't find a spot for this guy on the roster? Let's go through it here. This is my guy, Hamza El-Zayed. The game on the line. All right. I think this is the play. Nope, next one after that. This one right here. All right, this is the play. This is the 2-minute drive. Jets need a field goal to beat the defense last Saturday in the scrimmage. And this kid ran a great route. 2-0 Yankees. Zayed is 5'7", or 5'8", 180 from Eastern Michigan. Look at that. They cut this guy. That's a shame. Anyway, some roster moves for the Jets. Biggest roster move of all, if you're tuning in late, Mike Williams off the PUP list, cleared for practice. It's go time, baby. It is go time. Lane Train with some breaking news. Jets cut a player. Kings stay kings, folks. Let's see. Keeps getting us your super chats. We'll take some calls right now on the Gunbuster hotline. Ladies and gentlemen, we go to Connor Long. Hello, Connor.
Jake, how you doing?
Hey, Connor. How are you?
I'm doing well, and this Williams news is huge. As the hopes were kind of dwindling as of late as to questions if he would be ready for Week 1 or not. This is a promising sign in the right direction. But did you just see they released it? I saw Lane's comment, but I just joined the StreamYard link. Did you see they just released El Zayat?
Yeah, I guess you literally just joined the show. I just played his catch against
Oh, really?
the scrimmage on Saturday.
Yeah, they like I said, I was talking about that earlier. They literally posted that on their social media, and then they release him to make room for Jackson. But do you see the Jets carrying seven wide receivers in 2024 like they did to start last year? With like last year, for example, Brownlee didn't play in the beginning of the season, but they still carried 7 on the 53.
Yes, if Herb Charles is one of the 7. No, if Herb Charles is deemed someone they could survive without.
Do you think Taylor makes the roster, Malik Taylor?
No, I think Gibson and Brownlee would be the final 2.
Okay. I had Irv. I have Brownlee making the practice squad. I think Irv and Taylor are going to make it just because what Taylor's shown. I mean, with Gibson out, the plays he's made with Tyrod and Rodgers, I think he's a great option in the slot. And then I think here's the problem with Irv. The thing, I think he will make the roster as he was great on special teams last year. The thing is that with every roster spot so valuable, don't get me wrong, he's great at playing gunner, but are they going to want to waste a roster spot on someone who's only going to play special teams compared to a guy like Taylor who doesn't have as much of an impact on special teams? He still contributes to special teams, though, and he would be, a main part of the offense.
It depends how they view some of the other options they have at gunner. The preseason will tell us a lot because I got to see who's in competition for that role, especially with the new kickoff, because Justin Hardy's not here anymore, and they carried him last year and the year before that and the year before that as just a special teams guy. So what happens now with Herb Charles? Does he just fill that slot on the roster as like the only special teams guy, or do they think they could find a way to carry somebody else who could do what Herb Charles does, who might play a different position as well?
Well, realistically, I think honestly, if I had to make a prediction, I want Taylor to be on the roster. But if I had to make a prediction, I think they'll carry 6. Irv will be the 6th, and Taylor will be on the practice squad just because they seem to like Taylor. And the thing is, no team is going to try to go after Taylor, so you could kind of stash him on the practice squad and move him up and down whenever you'd like. But really appreciate you taking my call.
What jersey are you wearing? Is that Brees?
Brees the Beast.
All right, thank God. I saw 2, and I'm like, there better be a 0 next to that thing, or I'd have a heart attack.
Well, I do have I was on my weekly show with Boy Green on Monday, and I was wearing a Tony Adams jersey. That is another one of my.
You have a Tony Adams jersey.
I have a Tony Adams jersey. That is correct. Gary and I.
That's got to be like, you guys got to be the only 2 people with Tony Adams jerseys.
He also has an Xavier Gibson jersey too, which I have to assume is pretty.
Yeah, he does. Now, when you do the show with Boy Green, do you ever say this?
I'm gonna lose my gosh darn bananas.
I don't think I've ever played that clip of Boy Green on In the Huddle. No.
Here's what I need you to do next time you have him on. All right, just like when you're giving a take, be like, man, if the Jets decide to not keep Herb Charles, I'm gonna lose my gosh darn bananas. But just play it cool and see how he reacts. All right.
I definitely will. I appreciate it.
All right, great job, Connor. Keep up the good work. We're going to go subscribe to his YouTube channel. He's going to have more subscribers than any of us pretty soon. He's coming for our jobs. Lane says Yankees are winning 2-0. I get my breaking news from Lane and Lane only at this point. All right. The Lane train is the source. Ladies and gentlemen, this guy was mentioned by our last caller. He happens to be on hold. Hello, Gary.
God, I love that kid. That kid is a treasure to Jet Nation. I want him to be involved in the Jets. Well, he's like 13, so for the next 70 years. Like I'm trying to attach myself to him now, so 20 years from now, I can be worth 5% of him. So I want to sign him. I want to be his manager today. So when he runs Jets media 20 years from now, I get 5%. That kid is a treasure to Jet Nation. We really should cherish him. He's 13, bro. He doesn't have a voice crack yet. And all right. Anyway, like today's been a whirlwind of emotions. CJ Baxter's lost for the season in practice. He threw the PCL and something else in his knee. Then I get CJ Baxter, the Longhorns running back. He's out for the season. Then I get the great news about Mike Williams. I was like, okay, it's kind of a it's good news. I wasn't expecting him to not play, but now we got good confirmation that he's going to be playing week 1. And then I hear these ridiculous takes about Reddick. Like, I'm in Cowboy country right now, and they're going through something similar with CeeDee Lamb. And every single Cowboy fan says, just pay him. Just give him what he wants. It's CeeDee Lamb. Just pay him. We'll figure out the rest of the contract. We'll figure out Parsons next year. We'll figure out Dak down the road. But right now, we need to sign CeeDee Lamb. And the Jet fans are exactly the opposite. Reddick is a dope because he wants to be paid for his work. I mean,
well, it's because he's never played for the Jets yet. The Cowboys, CeeDee Lamb's on his way to being an all-pro.
I consider that. But
yeah, that's the difference.
I understand he hasn't earned any of his stripes yet with the Jets. We all acknowledge that he's underpaid, though, right? Like, I haven't heard anyone say that. No, 14. What is he set to make? 14 million. That's his current deal.
14.5. Yep.
14.5 is what he's valued at. No one thinks that, so he'd be silly not to hold out. Now, again, I think the Jets have the leverage, so he's going to get a team-friendly contract, but it's going to be more than 14 million, right? Like, it's going to be what's there, 20? It's going to be substantially more. He wouldn't be holding out.
I don't know what it will look like. I could see the Jets saying, "Hey, we'll give you an extra $2 million and then $3 million in incentives. We'll get you closer to 20. Like, take it or leave it. You're under contract."
And what? Okay, I say just I don't know their financials. I don't know the NFL cap like I do the NBA cap. I don't know their financials. But do they have another $5 million to get this done?
Yeah. They had the money to get it done. It's not a money thing. I think part of it too is like the president. You said if you just give this guy who held out a big deal, it's like, okay, what's stopping Quincy Williams, who's going to be underpaid at this time next year because he signed a contract that has aged great for the Jets, but he's going to be like, I was first team All-Pro, Pro Bowler again this year. Like, I should be making more money. I'm holding out unless I got a new deal. And the Jets could say, well, we're not going to pay you. And then Quincy could say, well, that's not true. You paid Hassan Reddick. He never even played for you guys yet. So you got to be careful with just saying pay him whatever you want and get him into camp.
This is going to be – they're not going to like this. And next year, Quincy should probably – if I was his agent, I would tell him to hold out for more money. I don't understand like why this is the only leverage they have is to hold out. Their contracts aren't guaranteed. They could be cut. Your only leverage is to hold out. And then you're saying you shouldn't do that. Why? I don't – even if you thought Reddick was overpaid, he said that's too much for Reddick. It's still his right to hold out. If that's what he thinks he's worth, then go get your money. I don't understand why everyone is siding. I guess because he hasn't played here, right? He hasn't earned his stripes. But I don't understand why you would side with the organization when you're also acknowledging he's underpaid.
Connor is the treasurer, and Gary is Captain Jack Sparrow's brother, Goofy Boxing Turkey.
I'll take it.
All right. What else is new, Gary? What have you done today since I last spoke to you 4 hours ago?
I'm just sitting here working. And then you guys get me riled up with the Reddick.
Hold on a second. That's Rich. You guys get us riled up? Have you seen some of the things that have come out of your mouth?
All right. Fair enough. I just don't understand with siding with the organization when you're also acknowledging the guy's underpaid. If you thought like he was a bum and like, 14.5 million, whatever it is, like you should be happy with that. Like I would.
Well, the argument is, Gary, why acquire the guy if you know he needed a new deal, right?
I think that's a better question, but that boat's already left the dock, right? That ship's already sailed. So he's already here. Now, like, you got to get him. Like, no one's arguing he's no good. Like, I haven't heard one person say, well, you know what? He's not that good. It's like, we all acknowledge that he's a Pro Bowl caliber player. He deserves to be paid like one. Pay him.
Within reason.
But he's a top 5-6 DN in the league.
You don't just give him a blank check, though. He's under contract for another year.
Okay, I agree. The Jets have the leverage here, right? So he's going to take a team-friendly deal to a degree, but it ain't going to be $14.5 million. I can tell you that. When you look at what the top DNs are being paid, it's going to be closer to that than it is going to be to $14.5 million. It's going to be somewhere in the middle, but it's going to be closer to that. I would think. I don't know, but like, I understand what you're saying, trying to set a precedent for Quinn. Okay, I get it. I guess they're really confident that he's going to take a deal, right? I mean, what else would you do, right? I mean, the Jets kind of have the leverage here because he's being fined. What was it, $50,000 a day?
Yes.
The Jets do kind of have leverage here. Like in a negotiation, the Jets have that on them. So,
can I ask you a question?
Sure.
The knockouts matter.
Knockouts always matter. Knockdowns don't matter if you landed.
Knockouts don't matter if you land enough jabs.
That's enough Gary today. I couldn't deal with it anymore. If it was at the Gary, Hassan Reddick is going to get like the largest contract in NFL history. Just pay him. What do I care? Peg McGuire / Artie Kaiser with a $20 super chat. If anyone takes up a collection for Bobby or send him some merch, we are sending Bobby some stuff. Don't worry. All the money we raised from the emoji in the first show, I'm going to get the revenue from YouTube and send something to Bobby. Very nice of you, Peg / Artie. I featured you guys on my Jake Asman Show Instagram this morning, too. I hope you guys saw it. Posted a bunch of photos of listeners rocking the merch, which you could get your summer drop merch this Friday morning. New stuff in the store. 9 a.m. Eastern running slides, shorts, sandals, new hoodies, and for the 4% female demo, an entire line of clothing in women's sizes with the pink logo for the Asmaniacs and the Jake Asman Show logo, plus doggy bandanas for your dog of choice. It's coming. It's all happening. Ladies and gentlemen, I encourage everyone out there who could hear the sound of my voice to get in front of your computer, your mobile device, your television set. Because when this guy calls in, as we learned earlier today, you never quite know what exactly is going to happen.
Hi, how are you? Bruce Hall. That's good. Hi, I'm back.
Hey, Lane.
How is everything?
Twice
now?
in one day, Lane. What's gotten into you?
I don't know, I just want to call you. So, yeah, I did hear that the Jets cut a player. He should have made the team.
Yeah.
His name was, what's his name?
That was his name. What's his name?
I know that Xavier Gibson is injured. How do you feel? Yeah, how do you feel that he got injured?
Well, he's healthy now, so I feel good.
And, yeah, I saw the videos of camp. And, like, how do you feel about the way the camp is going this year?
So far, so good. Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
How do you feel about your matchup with Charles Gorman?
It looks great. Oh, looks like a cartoon thing. Did you make that? I look like somebody from Stores. And he's, like, dancing it off.
You mean Star Wars?
He has good moves. Yeah. And anyway, so you remember way back when the Jets had the old players like Vinny Testaverde, then way back Joe Namath in 1969 when they won the Super Bowl, but I wasn't really born yet.
You weren't?
And who else was on there? Oh, Curtis Martin. Can go on. And their coach way back was Todd Bowles.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and then Mark Gasanov way back. And the whole roster for 1981 was Mark Herman and other players also. And also, who else do I remember that retired?
Born
Yeah.
1969?
No, I was born 1987, so that was all 80s players. So anyway, what are you gonna have for dinner tonight?
I'm gonna
You can have
have some chips and guac, some salsa, some fajitas, a lot of Mexican food.
You don't. You have to bring like the Tums though. Man, I have a stomach ache after eating all that. Are you okay? Is that a hotel that you're in,
Oh yeah,
or your house? That
no, this is
picture in
a
the back
hotel.
looks really nice. That
It's a
picture,
hotel.
yeah, that picture. What is that? It looks like a, yeah. Ooh, that's a nice. It looks like a castle. And what are you gonna have to drink tonight?
Uh, some beer.
Um, you like beer.
Yeah.
Who else is coming? So Charles is coming. You
You and
can
Charles
talk to
good?
him.
Are you guys on the same page?
Yeah. He hasn't yet called in today. I'm surprised.
Hmm.
Maybe he's getting ready.
Maybe he is.
Carly. See, I saw the pic. No, actually, not the picture. I saw the video of her throwing the football.
Not good.
Has a good arm. Well,
No.
I would think. Yeah.
Yeah, not good.
And so it's still raining out. So yeah, I mean it's kind of lighting up a little bit now. Yeah. Hi, thank you.
Hey,
Yeah.
thank you.
So and one more thing, because I don't want to stay on too long, and I'm looking forward to the season. I think that if everybody stays healthy and nobody gets injured, um, they can have a good year going to 2025. And just one more thing. And this hat I've been having, I've had it for a while. All right, and the jersey. So thank you for taking my call, and go to the next person. Have a nice day.
Lane,
Bye. Bye, Jake.
thank you. Bye, Lane.
Hi. Sorry, everybody. See you next call when we talk about sports again.
Covered a lot of ground there, folks. The Lane train always delivers. You know, he does bring up a good point. I probably should pick up some Tums. All right. Yeah, I don't want to go full V-Man later either. All right. Super chat from JK. I love the pay Reddick, but Joe Douglas has to see Garrett, Sauce, Jermaine, Brees, even Quincy in the pipeline. He's going to want to pay his guys. Yeah, and look, you could pay Reddick and still keep all those guys, but I don't think the Jets want to give out a multi-year deal. I think they would maybe do this year and then like something for next year, but I don't think anything more than that. More of your calls right now. Purple Belt Mike is up next. Hello, Mike.
Yo, I gotta rip my Knicks just because of Brunson getting named captain, So
I love it.
with Mike Williams, he looked so good. I guess it was 2 weeks ago I went to training camp when I saw him practicing and I didn't realize how fast he is. So not only can Williams run by you, but he could jump over you. He's gonna be a huge X factor for us.
Huge.
Big- Yep. That's
I
all
mean,
I got.
he is a phenomenal player, and he's one of those guys that even if he's not getting the ball, he's creating matchups for other players on your team to get the ball, and they didn't have that guy last year.
And also, if they're doubling Garrett, he's gonna win 9 times out of 10 one-on-one.
Yep. So
it's gonna be big for us. I just need the season to start, man. I'm dying, week by week. I'm dying over here, man. I gotta see this shit. And again, it's Monday night. It's like, damn.
It's gonna be a long wait. Last year, thank God I went to the game because I got to leave early and start tailgating and stuff. But oh my God, it's a long weekend. Then you're a long day waiting for the game. It's not easy.
Yep. And then it's all day Monday talking about it, what happens, blah blah blah.
Yep.
But all right, brother. Be safe,
Mike,
right? I'll see you.
You got it, brother. Go Knicks. Nice shirt. Shout out to Captain Brunson. More calls. Ladies and gentlemen, Weed the People checks in today. Hello, Weed. Hello, Weed and Mr. Bonesy. got going on here?
Oh, what up, Jake? How you doing there?
What's up, Weed?
Not much, just hanging out, enjoying this beautiful day.
How's Bonesy?
Dude, look at him, man. He's fucking thrilled. Wait. Look at him. He's thrilled. Enjoying his first Asian massage.
He's got more than one.
Yeah, well, he says it's his first, and I don't ask questions.
I got you.
You know what I mean? Bro code. Yeah, buddy. So I was watching Gary before. The most negative person I ever met in my life. Super negative, but I love him for it.
Mm-hmm.
What's up, Jake? How are you on this beautiful, beautiful day?
Well, it's not. I don't know where you are, Weed. Maybe the Asian massage parlor is beautiful, but where I am, it is raining.
It's nice and sunny over here at the Asian massage parlor. I don't know which Asian it is. I know Bones is very selective about that, but it's Asian.
Weed, thank you. What a call. Oh, what a call. Today's Jake Asman Show presented by my friends at Huga House. Get a Huga House hat, 15% off with code Asman at checkout. Get the hat that Rogers is always rocking. You buy one hat, second hat, 30% off. I mean, enough said. If you want to be a Hall of Fame quarterback, you have to wear a Huga House hat. All right, those are the rules. I just made them up now. But it's not just Aaron. It's Tyler Conklin. It's Kevin from The Office. It's Shane Gillis. It's the overrated Josh Allen. It's Shohei Ohtani. It's JT Realmuto. Asman at checkout. HugaHouse.com. Get your hat today. More calls right now. Folks, we bring on someone who is rather large. We call him the big fella. Hello, big fella.
Hey, buddy. What's up?
How we doing?
Good. Well, I'm doing all right. But anyway, we got to protect Lane at all costs, man. That dude is a national treasure, and I will go to war for that man, dude. He is so he seems like he's the most gentle dude, like, and just innocent. You got to protect people like that, man. He is amazing.
He'll kill Charles if they fought one-on-one.
Yeah, I see they have some serious beef, so Charles, here's some advice for you. If you come for the king, you best not miss, man. And he is the king. So anyway, this Hassan Reddick thing, did he sign when he signed? Did he say he was going to play under this contract, and then say, "Oh, well, I'm not gonna"? Or
he said that he would play and show up. That he wasn't worried about his contract. He's like, I'm ready to give it my all, regardless what happened. He's on the record saying that on April 1st of this year when they introduced him.
It wasn't like an April Fool's joke.
Well, maybe it's fitting that he was announced as a Jet on April 1.
Yeah, right. I mean, it's such bullshit. Hassan, get your ass to camp. We need him, but I think we would be okay without him. But if we have him, it's going to be like overpowered. We're going to be like, as my son says, it's OP. It's like he's going to, bring another facet to the defense that's going to make us like number one, I feel. Now, get into Mike Williams. Really happy about him coming in and being ahead of schedule, because that we need that big body out there. We don't have anything like that. I mean, except for maybe Lazard, who obviously he's got like cooking mitts on. He can't catch anything. So, I'm really happy with the progress that he made. So, things are looking up. We just got to get Reddick in camp, man.
Get him in camp. Get him ready. This team is so good. Even without Reddick, I don't want to sit there and act like they're not still a good defense without Reddick. The defense has won plenty of days of camp this summer, and Hassan Reddick wasn't there. But he takes you to a different level. The Jets have never had a pass rusher that's had 10 or more sacks 4 years in a row. This guy is a great player. Like that's not dismiss what he brings to this football team.
Oh no, he is a great player, but like I said, I think we would be good. I mean, I think we would be fine without him. I would rather have him, obviously. I think he's that good of a player, but keep losing your money, son. Keep losing your money. That's it.
Not everyone has
And,
big fella money, man. That's the thing. Reddick doesn't
dude,
realize that.
I don't have as much money as everybody thinks, my man. So, but
I heard the
yeah,
stock market wasn't too good the other day. Is that still the
yeah.
case?
Well, it was terrible the other day, and then
Yeah.
the next day I had to try and get it all back. But what are you gonna do? Question for you. I went into the abyss yesterday when I went on Gary's show, and he and I had a little debate. He thinks Joel Embiid is better than Shaquille O'Neal. He thinks that Shaquille O'Neal is the most overrated player. He thinks Shaquille O'Neal is the most overrated player in basketball. And
You
how
should
the
just
hell?
left. You should have just left. The second he tries to tell you that Embiid's a better player than Shaq, you should have just left. Why waste the energy?
Yeah, well, Nate was there. I had to,
Parentheses, Nate?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, we had to stick together. But I mean, it was tough last night, man. And Connor's there just watching, like, what the fuck is going on? So yeah, it was a hell of a time last night, man. But he was saying like how Embiid is better than him, Giannis is better than him, and I'm just like, bro, his counter for that was Shaq has to go out and guard Embiid. What is that?
I big fella.
Yeah, I felt your pain last night, man. But anyway, I wish I was going to see you guys tonight. Can't make it. We're having something for my son because he's leaving on Sunday. But anyway, have a great time. Drink some Mexican food. Have some tequila, I guess, and go Jets.
Big fella, appreciate you as always, man. I would have just left if someone tries to argue that Joel Embiid, who's never made a conference finals in his career, is somehow a better player than Shaquille O'Neal. I mean, it just every day Gary has another take that you just go, how is this guy real? Announcement about the merch store. Our director of merch operations says that the quantities on the dog bandanas are limited. So if you want one for your dog, you can see it on the screen here. Make sure you order right when we go live Friday to guarantee yourself a doggy bandana. Patreon members, 15% off on everything included in your membership. Join the Patreon, folks. It's the place to be. Eric Soretti, Montgomery Granito, Nick Zielba all joined earlier. We appreciate them for that. Patreon.com/Jake Asman Show. Best way to support me. Get involved in the Discord. It's going to be great. Ladies and gentlemen, a super chat from Jay Brown. Are you doing anything for the home opener? Hell yeah, I am. I'll see you in L5, Jay Brown. We're burning a Gerard Mayo jersey. It's gonna be a party of all parties. Come to L5, BYOB. Don't park in L5 though. Park in like L7. Leave L5 open for the party. But it's gonna be wild. I will be there. Do a meet and greet with listeners. That's always my tailgate spot. Radical Bongos. Your camera's not on, otherwise I would go to you. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a special guest set to join us right now. He's someone that picked me up from New York City earlier today and brought me to East Hanover, New Jersey. Ladies and gentlemen, the founder of Jets Media and the destroyer of TD Fins Talk, Richie from Jets Media. What's up, Richie?
What is good, Jake? We're live from New Jersey together.
Here we are.
We're down the hall from each other right now. Let's go, baby. You ready for tonight or what?
How's the Wi-Fi for you? I've actually been impressed. It hasn't been like I think the stream, the chat can let me know, but I think the stream's been pretty good.
The stream has been good for me on my end when I did my show. Your show looks fantastic, so I think this Wi-Fi is excellent. We didn't have to pay that extra fee.
I love it. The free Wi-Fi, baby. Here we go. Tom wants to know same hotel. No, different hotel, but right down the hall. Actually, well, same hotel, but different hotel room. Yeah.
Down the hall.
Yes. I was watching your show on BetUS earlier with TD and the whole crew of the AFC East Roundtable, and Mike Williams, in the middle of your show, was removed from the PUP list. He's been activated. So let's get your take on that for those who are just tuning in. Mike Williams should be practicing beginning tomorrow. Richie, your thoughts there?
My thoughts? Well, first of all, someone in the chat says, I don't have the same picture as you in the background. I do. It's right there. Look at that. See? It's proof.
The same one? Yeah. There it is.
Same one. Proof. But listen, Mike Williams coming back this early in training camp is massive because I think the big thing that we all need to know as Jets fans, that's the most important piece of this offense, is these weapons getting on the same page with Aaron Rodgers. The cadence that he has, that he provides, is different. They all need to get on Aaron Rodgers' page. As great of a wide receiver Mike Williams has been in LA with the Chargers, he's never played with Aaron Rodgers before. So he needs to get on the same page as him. Miscommunications are inevitable with an Aaron Rodgers-led offense, but it's good to get out of the way in training camp early. So the fact that he's already active, I'm not expecting him to go out there against Washington tomorrow. I don't know. I feel like the Jets are going to be a little precautious and work his way in. And this isn't shocking news because Jets fans knew that Mike Williams was on the same type of trajectory as Breece Hall was last year. He was not going to start off training camp and he'll be activated midway through. They'll work his way in and they expect him to be there week 1 against the San Francisco 49ers. So just excellent news. Another weapon added to the arsenal for Aaron Rodgers to get comfortable with in training camp.
Yeah, I'm totally with you. I doubt he does anything in team tomorrow. Maybe he does some individual stuff, but we'll see him probably by next week at 11-on-11, which is amazing because, we're talking about this guy getting on the practice field before the first preseason game. Like, he is clearly going to be on track for week 1, and that means a lot of reps between now and then with Rodgers to get him set for the season, which is huge.
Absolutely massive. I mean, you talk about this wide receiver room. I think it's low-key better than some people think. Now, do I still want them to trade for Devontae Adams? You betcha. You bet yourself I want them to go after Devontae by the deadline. But I think this wide receiver corps, as we speak right now, especially if, I know it's a big if, Alan Lazard maybe is revived from Aaron Rodgers. I mean, you saw Jake this past week at camp. Aaron Rodgers is feeding Lazard. He's trying to get his confidence back. And let's not forget who made Alan Lazard. It was Aaron Rodgers. That's the only reason why the Jets paid him was because of Aaron. So you talk about the number 1 receiver of Garrett Wilson, and I'm expecting him to take a leap into being in the conversation as one of the league's best dynamic young receivers in the NFL, paired in with the Mike Williams on the boundary, with the Malachi Corley and Xavier Gibson, and now you add in Lazard potentially taking that leap. I mean, this receiving core is really loaded, in my opinion. It's deep. And it all starts with Garrett Wilson, baby. We have Mike Williams going to be the boundary guy, the 50-50 guy down the field, the vertical throws, the back shoulder type of throws. And then we have Garrett Wilson doing everything. Watch out for Garrett lining up in the slot more this year as well. And watch out for a year 2 leap of Xavier Gibson. I think the Jets have a lot of wiggle room to use Xavier Gibson in the slot this year. Unfortunately, he got injured, but he's back at practice this week, which is a very good sign. So everybody's healthy at the wide receiver position right now. And then Jason Brownlee is another player to watch out for, Jake, in the preseason. He's looked very good with Tyrod Taylor with that second team. And it's going to be interesting to see if he's able to make this roster like he did last year. Irvin Charles is another guy to watch out for. We all know the Jets love him for special teams, but this wide receiver unit is 6 to 7 deep. And as of right now, I think it's good enough for Aaron Rodgers to go out there and win this division.
Well, the big thing is too, right? If Lazard's your 3rd or 4th, you could definitely live with that because I just think in target shares, Garrett, Breece might be number 2. Conklin might be number 3 some weeks. Then you still have obviously Mike Williams. He might have a game or 2 where he's targeted the 2nd most on the team behind Garrett. Like, to me, there's a lot of versatility in just, I won't even say like receivers versus tight ends, or running backs, just pass catchers, because Breece is a pass catcher. So is Conklin, and obviously so is Mike Williams. Like, just the volume of pass catchers they have is so much better than what they had a year ago. It's not even funny.
I think the second leading player on the Jets offense in receptions will be Breece Hall.
Me too.
This really was big for me when I heard Aaron Rodgers in the press conference say that there's some plays that they're running where Breece Hall is the first read. Like, the running back is his first progression. And even Aaron Rodgers was like, that's when you know you have a dynamic running back, when the running back is the first read for a quarterback to go to on a wheel route, because you got a mismatch running back on a linebacker one-on-one. You give Breece Hall that ball. Breece, in my opinion, Jake, he has a chance to win Offensive Player of the Year. Like, I may be drinking the delusional Jets juice, but based off of what we saw from Breece Hall at the end of the season last year, and based off of with Aaron Rodgers feeding him the ball, like the Jets are going to use Breece as a weapon, not just a running back. And Aaron Rodgers said this about Breece Hall: he is an every down back, and that is the biggest compliment you can give to a running back these days, because usually it's a running back by committee approach. The running back position hasn't been as valuable as of late, but Breece Hall is ready to take over this league and maybe even leap over Christian McCaffrey as the best running back in the league. I think he has that type of potential. And I also just want to give a quick shout out to everybody in the chat right now showing me some love. Appreciate you all. Make sure you hit the like button for my guy Jake right now. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the Jake Asman Show. Let's get it. Excited to be here.
And if you want to meet Richie tonight, I mean, I hear he's doing a big meetup at 7 p.m. at Don Jose Mexican restaurant. He'll shake hands, he'll kiss babies, he'll take pictures. He's doing it all. That's what I'm hearing, Richie.
Come on, if you're in the Jersey area and you did not sign up for this, it's RSVP, baby. Let's pull up. Mexican food. We got guacamole, I'm sure, salsa, tacos. I mean, come on now, pull up to the Mexican spot tonight. I'm really, really excited for it. And I'm going to be doing a live show from there for the AFC's roundtable somehow. Still figuring out how that's going to go. I got to tell TD how we're going to get it. I got to get Jake on there real quick. Be like, Jake, what do you got to say to TD Finstock? I can't wait for that.
Here's what I would say to TD. I would say you could bash the Jets all you want, but all I know is right after the NFL draft, your true feelings about their Jets actually came out that day. So I would just say to TD,
Dolphin fans, are you really feeling like this team can compete with the Jets this year? Our only hope with the Jets is hoping Aaron Rodgers is for some reason done lost it. The Jets are loaded. They don't have a single hole on the entire roster now. A single hole. They just like, hey, we having fun. We getting depth for the future. Like, they're building for the future with a roster that's complete, with no hole. And they already got a little depth. Y'all the future. Y'all just gonna have to sit back and chill.
Yeah, baby.
It's old. Dude, you've been playing that on this show for so long, and TD had no idea, and I had to show it to him live on our show a few weeks ago, and boy, his reaction was priceless.
I love it. I mean, he knows. It just deep down, he knows it's coming. So I can't wait for that. Let me ask you this, right? You know, when it comes to the Jets, with Williams now being activated, the only true major story at this point is Hassan Reddick. When do you think something happens with Reddick and the Jets?
I mean, I wish I can give you an answer, but I'll be honest with you. I've been feeling the same way since the started in OTAs that Hassan Reddick will be there week 1, and I'm going to hold on to that. Now, there is a middle ground that the Jets and Hassan Reddick have to figure out, and the question is, my biggest issue with this, Jake, is I'm on the Jets side of things here, because what the Jets are telling Hassan Reddick is, first of all, you told us that you're okay with coming to us on a 1-year rental, which is why we traded for you, and then we traded for you, and then you're like, actually, give me a big-time contract. I'm not coming. That's ridiculous. And now, the Jets are telling Hassan Reddick, you know what? Come report. Come show us who you are as a Jet. Come play in the first few weeks of the season, and then we'll open up a contract extension talk, like they did with John Franklin Myers by like week 3 or week 4. I think the Jets are smart. Do you know what the previous Jets regime would have done, Jake? They're desperate, right? Mike McCagnon is just so ready to pay the next man. Like, I don't know if I'm ready to give a 29-year-old aging Hassan Reddick a 4-year massive deal. I mean, what has he done for the Jets? I mean, yes, he's double-digit sacks the last 4 years. I get all that. But I'm not ready to give Hassan Reddick, who has done absolutely nothing for this organization, a mega deal, like at all. I think that would be a mistake, honestly. I think the Jets are smart right now. They knew what they were getting in Hassan Reddick, and now Hassan Reddick is holding out. They got to figure out a middle ground of a reworked 1-year deal to kind of upfront that guaranteed money, similar to what the Browns did with Amari Cooper. You see what the Browns did with Cooper? That's what the Jets should try to be doing with Reddick, and hopefully that gets done by week 1.
I just find it hard to believe we're still here with this, right? Like, there's never been an example that I can think of where you acquired a contract holdout in a trade. Like, every deal that gets done with a disgruntled player who wants a new deal, there's an agreed upon contract before it happens, which is why I do think Reddick reneged on whatever he told them, because I don't think the Jets would be dumb enough to do this. I really don't. This is not a Joe Douglas move to acquire a guy who wants money. So like, to me, it doesn't make any sense. And that's why I think the Jets are playing hardball, because they probably made this deal only under the caveat Reddick would agree to play on his current deal, or they would renegotiate it for just this year only. And Reddick's probably saying, no, I want more money beyond just this upcoming season. I want another year at least.
Yeah, and that's the biggest thing for me. That's a red flag. Is apparently Reddick told the Jets, "I'm okay with playing on a 1-year deal or a rework 1-year deal," which allowed the Jets and Joe Douglas to trade for him and feel comfortable. And then they traded for him, and then Reddick just changed his mind. I mean, that's kind of ridiculous. Like, is there ethics in this business? I mean, obviously he didn't sign a contract saying he's going to show up, but like, that's the thing that's interesting to me, is that he had a verbal agreement with the Jets saying, if you trade for me, I'll play on a 1-year deal, maybe a reworked 1-year deal. But then he changed his mind. It's like, actually, maybe this is the last time I'm ever going to get more financial security long term. And now he's trying to, get that back from the Jets, which I think the Jets are smart by not just like, okay, Reddick, what do you want? We'll give it to you. Like, the Jets know that they have some leverage here. And this is a very interesting solution that I'm hoping can figure out that will come to a middle ground by week 1.
Which players are you most excited to see in person in the joint practice tomorrow?
Ooh, I mean, talk about joint practice is different than going to training camp, because you get to see our Jets against other players. I'm really excited to see what this Jets defense looks like against a rookie quarterback who is, has a lot of buzz around it, right? Jaden Daniels definitely is one of my favorite rookies coming out of this class from a quarterback standpoint. And I'm excited to see how this defensive line and Jermaine Johnson, who was humming at the green and white scrimmage last week, he's going to be excited to see how he gets and matches up against the Commanders' offensive line, how Garrett Wilson matches up against their secondary, how Sauce Gardner matches up against Terry McLaurin, who, in my opinion, is one of the most underrated receivers in football. They got Dotson. I mean, the Commanders low-key have very underrated weapons, too. I mean, they got Austin Eckler. I mean, since when? I mean, they got Austin Eckler, who is like, he's all right. I mean, he's definitely up there in age. They got Dotson. They got McLaurin. So I'm excited to see that matchup. But when it comes to the Jets offense, okay, what does Aaron Rodgers look like against a defense that took a lot of losses this past offseason? I mean, they shipped away all their big pass rushers and stuff. So I think it's really about, who does Aaron Rodgers look like against a different type of defense? We're used to Aaron Rodgers going up against the league's best defense in practice every day, and now he's going to be able to go up against a new-look defense that's trying to establish an identity over there in Washington. So I always love to see Garrett Wilson out there. I think he's poised to be one of the best receivers of football. So if there's going to be one player, I know I listed a lot, it's Garrett Wilson. Everyone keeps asking me who's your favorite Jet, and I keep coming back to Garrett Wilson. So that's the player I'm looking forward to the most.
Show the hat you're wearing.
Rodgers Wilson 2024, baby. Let's go.
And he's got the shirt.
Roundtablesports.shop.
I love it. Dre Day gifting a channel membership. Oh, baby. Woo. The recipient is Robert Walsh. Dre Day, thanks for paying it forward, my man. Appreciate the support. All right, we'll do a couple of calls with Richie here. Then I'll wrap up a nearly 2-hour stream. We're headed over to Don Jose Mexican Restaurant tonight. Richie's got to figure out how to go live to make fun of TD on the Roundtable show later from there. We got 2 guys on the line who called in earlier, but they're such big Richie fans. We're putting them back on. Here we go. Mike, you're first up. Purple Belt Mike, hello.
Yo, Richie got me fired up, baby. We're winning the division, the AFC, the fucking Super Bowl, baby. Let's go, Jets! Wow! Yeah!
Oh, God, Mike, look at his energy.
Let's go, Jets, baby! Yeah!
And he's got
Mike,
the Knicks shirt on. That's my guy right there.
Mike, thank you. To all the kids out there, I apologize.
On behalf of the Jake Asman Show, we apologize for the foul language.
All right, more of your calls right now. Tommy's up next. Hello, Tommy.
How do I follow Purple Belt Mike, bro? You're the man, dude. Yo, Richie, you are the man, brother. And Jake, I know it's your show. You are the man. You guys are both awesome. You guys are my 2 favorite content creators, other than you guys and Boy Green, and I love Buffalo Jeff Fan, and I love all you guys, but I can only listen to so much. And you know what I mean? It's like it's the same repetitive Jets talk. But Richie, dude, you do a great hell of a job. And I just wanted to say,
I'm gonna lose my gosh darn bananas.
That's yeah. Oh boy. Yo. I'm just gonna put it like this. Can you guys My camera's a little fucked up. This is how I'm gonna put it like this. All right. I don't really like what the hell the Jets did with the ownership with Hassan Reddick. You know you're signing a guy that wants a contract extension, and they're playing like hardball because we got you for 2 years. Woody Johnson is a billionaire, dude. You could sign this guy easily if you wanted to. That's my one problem. Like, I don't understand why you signed a guy knowing he wants a contract. But to get off that point, Xavier Gibson.
Well, the Jets story is that he said he would play on his current deal. That's
Exactly, Jake. But a man's word doesn't mean shit unless it's signed on paper and you actually sign a contract. Like, he's saying that he's going to play for this money. Obviously, he's not doing it. He could have easily showed up in shorts and pads and just said he had a back injury, like you said previously, and just showed up and been with his teammates. He doesn't want to be a Jet. He wants a long-time extension. He wants to get paid a lot of money. $2 million to him is nothing compared to when he's going to get paid about 35, 40, or whatever. I don't know what he's going to get paid, but $2 million to him is nothing compared to what he wants. And then my other point was just, Richie, what do you think about Xavier Gibson? Because I feel like he's a very good kid. He's fast. He's small. He's like my height. He's like our height. He's 5'9". He's small. He's like 185 pounds. I don't trust him as our slot receiver, dude. I trust Malachi Corley, and I got his name right, and I'll always get it right now, Jake. Malachi Corley. I trust him because Malachi, he will literally catch the ball in the middle and try to hit a middle linebacker, where Xavier Gibson will get hit and be like, oh shit, my ribs hurt. This hurt. He's not a strong wide receiver. He's a kick returner, punt returner, and that's why he makes a team. And Irv Charles, like you said, Jake, earlier, was a special team. I would keep Brownlee on the team just because he's 6'4", 6'5", and he could still develop under Aaron Rodgers. And like you said, real quick, and then I'll head off. Allen Lazard, he's only going to be better because of Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers, yes, if he's not catching the ball, he ain't throwing the ball to him. But let me tell you, he's going to feed him the ball to make him like you are the number 2 receiver. He's going to make him feel, and he's going to feed him the ball. And if you don't catch it, guess what? Mike Williams is right there. But guys,
Tommy,
have a blessed day.
Tommy, appreciate the love, man.
Yeah, appreciate it, Tommy. Well, like, to your point on Lazard, though, Tommy, he's not the number 2. He was the number 2 for now until Mike Williams was ready, and eventually Corley takes over. And also, there's really not a number 2 on this team because the number 2 pass catchers, the best running back in the NFL, arguably, in Breece Hall. So it's unique in that sense.
To his point about Gibson in the slot over Corley, why not both? That's the beauty of this Jets team. Like, I don't think you have to worry about who's going to be in the slot, Gibson or Corley. They both will be in the slot. And I think people need to realize, like Jake said, there's not a number 2 receiver. There are 6 receivers that are going to be on this football field rotating. Garrett Wilson will be on the field the most, and then you'll have Gibson in the slot one rep. You'll have Corley in the slot, and I think it's dynamic that the Jets have Corley, who is like Tommy mentioned, that guy that will go through a linebacker, and then we have Gibson, who can kind of plant his foot in the ground and make somebody miss with his speed. That adds more dimensions to this Jets offense, in my opinion, and I think Xavier Gibson showed a lot of promising signs as a receiver, not just a kick returner, that I think Aaron Rodgers can really get the most out of it. And by the way, Gibson, before he got injured, was thriving in training camp on those seam routes down the middle of the field. I mean, do you know who I compare Xavier Gibson to, Jake? Jamison Crowder. That's who I look at, the type of player he could become if developed properly and given the chances. And I don't think if I'm hyping up Xavier Gibson, it doesn't mean I'm excited about Malachi Corley. They're both going to get on the football field.
Great comp. Rick with a super chat, and Asmaniac super chat. He's been supporting the channel for 11 months. I went to lunch for over an hour, and you're still going. Have a great time tonight. I'm having FOMO here. Rick, we miss you. Everyone smash their Rick Kent emoji for our guy, Rick Kent. Boomtown checks in. He wrote this a while ago, but I wanted to get it on the air at some point. I'm currently eating Chick-fil-A. I hope you finished it by now, Boomtown. For the very first time. Early review, it's excellent. 9.5 out of 10. I can't believe you haven't had Chick-fil-A till today, Boomtown. Enjoy it. It's one of
Chick-fil-A.
life's greatest inventions. I had Chick-fil-A Saturday after Jets camp. Little Penn Station Chick-fil-A. It was tremendous.
Little Penn Station Chick-fil-A.
Waiting
Penn
to
Station's
catch
so
the
nice
train
now.
to go back to Syosset for the night. Amazing.
How awesome
let's
is
see.
Penn Station now?
Dude, it's beautiful. Where's this
It's
been?
unreal.
They got Raising
It's
Cane's in there too, Richie.
They got everything now. I mean, it's all open. I mean, I watched that thing just evolve year by year. It used to be crappy. Now it's beautiful.
Dave writes in, okay, Jake, in the car and heading over. Dave, safe
Go, Dave.
travel.
We'll see you soon,
We will
Dave.
see you at Don Jose.
Woo.
Rick writes in, if you eat fast food, Chick-fil-A is not bad. I've long said this too. If the people who run Chick-fil-A ran our country, we'd be the most efficient country in the world. Purple Belt Mike says, can't wait for the season. I'm dying. Well, Mike, we need you alive, man.
Come on,
We
man.
need you
We
alive.
need you this year.
Let's see. Last chance to get a question in for Richie. Lane Train asked me earlier, Richie, when I'm eating tonight, so I will ask you the same question.
What we're eating?
What am I eating? So what are you eating? What's your go-to Mexican order?
Woo! I mean, listen, I cook really fire Mexican food, by the way. I make homemade salsa. I make homemade guac.
Wow.
I make tacos. I mean, I went to Puerto Rico once, and I went to Mexico, like in the heart of Mexico City once, and it like inspired me. I do like to cook. I don't know, man. Fajitas. You can get me on a nice fajita. You can get me on some tacos, depending on what the menu is. But it's gonna be. I love everything Mexican, so I can't wait to see this menu.
Tom Ace writes in fish tacos. Are you a fish taco guy?
Oh yeah, 100%.
ISU writes in, remember, guys, you eat 4 chips. That's 1 full tortilla. So if you go nuts on chips, you're doing some Joey Chestnut style work on tortillas. I wish Carly was coming tonight. I mean, look, obviously, 73 chicken McNuggets in 10 minutes is an impressive feat. How would that translate to tacos at a Mexican joint? I would love to have seen it.
Homemade tortilla chips, fire.
Question for you. I have a clip I want to play. I want to just ask if you seemingly have recovered from this moment. Hold on. All right, here we go. I take you back to earlier this offseason when a moment happened on one of Richie's shows, and let's find out months later how he feels about the whole thing.
People in the chat are asking, where's Ryan and where's Jet Central? Ryan couldn't make it.
Isn't Ryan on hold, Richie?
Ryan's on hold. Oh. Wait,
Is he here?
Wait.
Bring him on and start over. Hey, look.
Wait,
He's been here.
You guys didn't invite me to this fucking thing. What the fuck's how come you didn't invite me to this fucking thing? All of a sudden, I come on the YouTubes and I see all this ground. It looks like Shrek took a shit. Shouldn't that guy be in jail? And did you see what that guy did with Lania?
Into the Taekwondo! You gosh darn go! I changed my profile pic to a Patriots logo as a joke, and now Twitter is not allowing me to change my profile pic back. So it appears I.
Oh gosh.
Be in jail. That's great.
What the heck was that? I did not expect that. All of a sudden, Jake's like, "There's someone backstage." And
that was awesome.
Did you send Gator the link, Jake? I'm so confused.
I can't comment publicly on what transpired.
Of course.
That completely caught me off guard. I did not expect that. Or that was fun.
That was good.
Oh, that was great. All right, well, that was Ryan. Jets Talk 24/7.
What a moment.
What a moment, man. That was crazy. Looking that back, man. What a time. Gator, there's nothing like him.
All right, we're going to wrap up here shortly. Roger writes in, what do you call a Mexican man who has his car stolen? Carlos. Carlos. I see what you did there, Roger. Hold on. I got something.
But
all right. Dano says NYJ Matt is my spirit animal. I'm sure he's feeling happy today with Mike Williams being activated.
Did you see that Sauce posted his meme on Instagram?
Yeah, that was great.
Of the Aaron Rodgers edit. Only NYJ Matt. That's my guy.
NYJ Matt, not to be confused with Matt O'Leary, who's Matt O'Leary NY.
Matt O'Leary, NY.
Oh, can you
another Long
share with
Islander.
the audience the fun fact you told me about you and Matt O'Leary?
Yeah, so tonight I won't be eating any gluten because your boy is gluten-free, as well as Matt O'Leary. And it's not by choice for either of us. We both have celiac disease, which just means you can't have gluten. It's an allergy. So, fun fact about 2 Jets content creators. And when I heard that about Matt, I was like, bro, that's crazy because you're 6'4". Usually, I got lucky because I got diagnosed when I was entering 8th grade, and I got gluten-free before because I looked like Jake. If you saw what I looked like in 8th grade, it looked like I was a 3rd grader because I just wasn't hitting puberty. I was sick. I was eating pasta and pizza every day, and I'm like, what's wrong with me, doc? I gotta grow. And then here I am today. I was able to hit my growth spurt, and so was Matt, I guess. So that's your fun fact about Matt and I. Gluten-free.
There you go. Green bean also, gluten free.
Allegedly by Jake.
Yeah, that just every random content creator I could come up with. All right, one last call here. This guy looks like he's on a beach. Weed the People's back. Hello, Weed.
Oh, it's not me, Jake. It's my newest model for my chair company. Gary's wife.
Look at Gary. Oh, baby.
Oh my gosh.
Gary's
what am
wife.
I looking at?
Make sure you send this to Bobby.
I will make sure Bobby sees this, Weed. Yeah, there it is.
Yep. I had to make that special just to pop in real quick.
Weed, never change, all right?
See you later, Jake.
All right, thanks, Weed. Ladies and gentlemen, Weed the People.
Oh, there's nothing like Jake Asman callers.
All right. What a show. Richie, if people haven't subscribed to you yet, shame on them, but where can they find you?
I mean, folks, your boy's inching closer and closer to 23K subs. I'm like 30 away. So if you guys want to help me out, go to Jets Media, shoot me a subscribe. Would appreciate it. Also, my Twitter and Instagram @ is right here. I'll see you guys tonight. Jake, I'll see you in a few minutes.
Let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, Richie from Jets Media checking in before the big meetup tonight. We still got some spots available. If you want to pop in, if you can't make it to the whole thing, want to stop by, say hello, enjoy some free apps, I'll take care of it for you. Come on down. BYOB. It's going to be a blast. Going to be a blast. So I will see you guys who are coming to our meetup in about 90 minutes. So I'm looking forward to that. Thanks to everyone who tuned in today. Everyone who gifted a membership especially. Thank you. All the super chats. Couldn't have done it without you. Mike Williams. So we'll start practicing tomorrow. I'll be there to see it in person. If you're headed to training camp, look for me. Say hello. Shout out to all the Asmaniacs. If you're going to training camp and you're wearing Jake Asman Show merch, make sure you tag me on social media of you wearing your merch so I can reshare it so everyone can see it. All right. Thanks again to everyone for the support. All the callers, you guys were great. Couldn't have done it without you. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. I'll be going live at some point in the probably early afternoon to react to the joint practice. Working on a big name guest as well. So I don't want to confirm that publicly until we lock that in. But big things ahead for this channel. Once again, thanks to Richie for popping in. My name is Jake Asman. This has been the Jake Asman Show. I will talk to you guys soon. JETS. 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 Jets.
Hey, Robert, thanks for taking my question. With Zach starting again Sunday, does he have any compromising photos of you or someone else in the organization?
No, it's a fair question, Jake. I'm going to take the 5th on that one.
What the hell is this going backwards bullshit? You don't go backwards. You throw the ball out of bounds with your big goddamn arm, and you go back in the fucking huddle.
No, it's a fair question, Neil.
This is bullshit.
Jose Feliciano, the blind Puerto Rican guitarist, can see that he is terrible.
This kid does not want to run with the ball.
Are you kidding me? This is the shit I'm talking about. You bitch's ass. You did his ass on my damn field.
No, it's a fair question, King.
The 3rd damn year we are seeing this in Naptown.
He's not trying to win the goddamn game.
You gotta be kidding me. Send his ass the fuck down.
I could have made 20 yards with that goddamn hole.
If your quarterback cannot play in the NFL, they get rid of him.
Oh, there's one of his 27 second throws. Oh, it's amazing. I don't give a shit.
If you cannot play football, get your ass off the
And
field.
walk around and wipe Rodgers' ass because that's all you're good for.
And you're sitting here defending this bullshit.
If I see Zach Wilson go on that field, me and Lowski are going out personally, and we're going to take his ass off the field.
It is torture, man.
God damn it.
All right, thanks, guys.
Oh, I'm still on the air. I was enjoying that. Just like I enjoyed this. Go Jets.
Excuse me, miss. I need to return this damn child. He's no good. Sometimes a child just is no good. Take this one back.